Heya Cryptozens, tonight's show. Bitcoin, Ethereum, alts all turn green on FOMC rate hike. It's 10 p.m. Pacific. The date is June 15th, 2022. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter. My name is Nick. I'll be your host. The cover model, mascot, and co-host for this podcast is Tex. And together we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space and the industry that surrounds it. So take a minute, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast now, because we're here at 10 p.m. each and every night so that when you get up in the morning, you're taking with you the crypto news analysis that you need to start your day. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. Now, I know things are tough right now. Some people are down bad, and I know what it's like to have an uncertain future. I know the stress that can be. I'm not going to try to downplay this. Just know this. You are not your balance sheet. You're not your portfolio. You're not your net worth. You look in the eyes of your dog or your cat and see what you're worth. Look in the eyes of your spouse, your children, your friends and your coworkers that care about you. Look in their eyes and see what you're worth. See your worth and then let that put your financial situation into perspective. All right, let's go. Confidence. Confidence is a word that we're going to be using a lot tonight. Confidence is a thing that is in very short supply these days. And confidence is probably needed now more than ever. Because it's been a rough few days, hasn't it? I mean, things have been kind of rough for months now. Since mid-November, really. Though very few people saw it at the time. But especially since Sunday, things have been really grim. Especially DeFi and staked Ethereum. Anything to do with staked Ethereum is just really toxic right now. It seems like in a bull market, companies are all eager to talk about who they're collaborating with, who they're partnering with. It got so bad last year, products were claiming collaboration and partnership with other projects. Turns out now that they were just customers, but that they were eager to make it look like there was a relationship involved somehow. Then, of course, they have to walk back their exaggeration as the other company says basically, wait, you just use our product. There's no partnership here. Now, it's just the opposite. People are denying any kind of relationship with any company who's in any kind of trouble at all. And why not? Because people are afraid. In addition to the general miasma surrounding current market conditions, we have some additional factors. Let's look at the current stressors in front of us. You've got Celsius Network. The feds had already been looking at them, by the way. Yeah, they were under investigation for potentially selling unregistered securities, which is a common charge against companies like theirs. Now, cutting customers off from their withdrawals, though, that's not a good look. That didn't inspire much confidence, which in crypto, let's be honest, confidence is king. Confidence is what's going to sell a coin, and confidence is what will inspire someone to keep it. And Celsius, seemingly in the middle of its own black swan event, is not inspiring much confidence. And then there's stablecoins, again. And granted, it started a while back, but the Terra Luna event wasn't all that long ago. It could be argued that the Terra Luna event started the crisis that we're in now. Terra USD died a terrible, messy, horrible death. And it took a number of projects with it. But not only did they take those projects down with them, they also took confidence. They took away some level of consumer confidence that a stablecoin of any kind could do its job. And unfortunately, they're not being very specific, are they? People are losing confidence in stablecoins, which is a very bad thing for people to lose confidence in. That's where you're supposed to be able to run to for safety when the crypto market gets a little sketchy, like it is right now. Now, that erosion of confidence spread just beyond the limits of the UST failure. When Terra died, people started cashing out their stablecoins. Some of them, like Neutrino, they're an algorithmic stablecoin, so that makes sense. You want to pull your algorithmic stablecoins, get your value out of them while they still have some, because it was the same kind of coin that Terra UST was. Also, they went after asset-based coins like Tether. On May 12th, Tether crashed down to 94 cents. Since then, it's been sitting at just under $1. However, in an attempt to boost confidence, Tether has restated their claim that they've never failed to redeem Tether at full value. And let's not forget the algorithms. You got Neutrino, Tron's stablecoin, both of them failing, not stable at all. USDD is still struggling to find its peg. At the time of writing, it's sitting at 98.3 cents per. USDN, Neutrino, is even worse, 75.29 cents each. Which, if I had the confidence that either one of them were going to regain their peg, I would totally ape into that. I just don't have the confidence that that's what's going to happen. At the time of writing, the global crypto market cap is $961.6 billion. It's up 2.88% in 24. The top 5 cryptos by market cap are Bitcoin up 2.25%, Ethereum up 1.49%, Tether, USDC, and Binance Coin up 4.91%. So you've got Celsius issues, you've got stablecoin issues, and now what? Layoffs. Layoffs galore. 2 days ago, on Monday, Coinbase watched its stock price drop 11%. They capped that loss with an 18% reduction in their workforce, about 1,100 employees. That's after rescinding job offers. Now, Crypto.com, they're laying off 260 employees. BlockFi is cutting loose 20% of their workforce. Gemini, 10%. Bitso, they laid off 80 employees. Oh yeah, and 3AC, Three Arrows Capital. $400 million in liquidations, at least. Reportedly, they're sitting on a minimum of another $183 million in debt. And they're working on that hard because that $183 million is backed by Ethereum, but not real Ethereum, staked Ethereum. They have $235 million position used as collateral, derived in staked ETH. Yesterday, Suzu tweeted, quote, "We're in the process of communicating with several relevant parties and fully committed to working this out." Now, people have been talking about whether 3AC is going to make a margin call or not, which a margin call is just bad news whether you make it or not. It erodes confidence. So the word is 3AC is paying back its Aave debt to push its liquidation price down. Last I heard, their liquidation price is sitting at $1,042 per ETH. Now, right now, a $200 margin is just, because it's sitting right now just north of $1,200 right now. A $200 margin is not a big enough cushion in my book. And that's not even taking into account the whole Terra Luna crash thing. You see, 3AC traded roughly $500 million in Bitcoin to the Luna Foundation Guard for the same amount in Luna. And then we know what happens. They really lost a lot on that trade. Because granted, Bitcoin isn't flying that high anymore, but Luna Classic is statistically zero. So what does that do to consumer confidence? And Nexo. Nexo just offered to buy Celsius's assets, and they're not doing so great right now. Nexo's token is down 25%, which is the lowest it's been since January of 2021. And really, there's no reason to go after Nexo. They have almost $5 billion in debt, but according to U.S. accounting firm Armanino, they have more than enough cash to cover it. 100% debt liquidity if needed. And they claim no exposure. Anyway, Three Arrows Capital went to Nexo for an unsecured loan. Nexo turned them down. They claim all they ever did was partner on an NFT fund, and that NFT fund never took off with $0 invested in it. But while Nexo has money in the bank, without consumer confidence lending a hand, their token too is likely to go down more. The global NFT market cap is up over $12.22 billion. Sales volume is up 1.18% in 24 hours. According to CoinMarketCap, the top 5 NFT collections by sales volume are Bored Apes, followed by Mutant Apes, CryptoPunks, Otherdeed, and CloneX. Now, keep in mind, some of these collections, they have very volatile prices, so do your own research. So obviously, with so much going on right now, Before the FOMC meeting, folks were nervous. A jittery kind of spastic trading, always kind of trending down. That's why ahead of the meeting, Bitcoin was barely holding on to 20K. 33% loss in the last week. Ethereum down 40% in a week. And altcoins, of course, they're doing far worse. Those are record sell-off levels. Heading into the meeting today, people had no idea what to expect. The market, deep polar bear territory, because people are panic selling everything ahead of the meeting. The market was a little concerned. They were worried that the Fed would prioritize fighting inflation rather than dealing with the recession. So what happened? Well, the Federal Reserve announced that they were upping the interest rates by 0.75%. And they made it clear they are planning more rate hikes. So that's right. The Federal Reserve is fighting recession. They announced their largest hike rate in 28 years. So the market recoiled briefly at the news. It dropped Bitcoin down to 20,392, which has since recovered to 21,559. Confidence was partially restored. The fact that the Federal Reserve is going to prioritize dealing with recession rather than fighting inflation, that's giving traders and investors a bit of hope. And so the market responded. But there are other bright spots in the cryptoverse if you look. Jesse Powell is the CEO of Kraken, and apparently they're not worried. Because while Powell might not be happy with the actions of an estimated 20 or so woke employees at Kraken, he's still confident. He's so confident, and in fact, he's hiring another 500 roles. He said, "We have not adjusted our hiring plan, and we do not intend to make any layoffs. We have over 500 roles to fill during the remainder of the year and believe bear markets are fantastic at weeding out the applicants chasing hype from true believers in our mission." Now, maybe some of that confidence comes from the money saved by closing their San Francisco headquarters. But he's not the only one. Binance, they're doing something right. A Binance spokesperson said that there were over 2,000 open positions. These positions can be found in Europe, Asia, South America, Africa, and the Middle East. Now remember this too. Binance is not one of those companies that went and bought a sports stadium or some other extravagant thing. And that's what CZ referenced in a meme today. Because he was pointing out that they hadn't spent their money on high engagement things like Super Bowl ads with questionable return on investment. Not sure it was questionable? Where are those companies today? Look at the market today. CZ's got money in his pocket, and that's giving him confidence. He said, quote, "We will continue to grow our team as planned and see this moment in time as an opportunity to gain access to some of the industry's best talent." He continued saying, "Our business strategy was to position Binance for sustained growth over the next decade through multiple market downturns or even a prolonged multi-year declining market. We believe that cooler markets offer the best opportunity for organizations to invest in or acquire great projects at a more favorable price point. We're going to have a very active pipeline in the months ahead." Now, not to be outdone by these exchanges, Polygon too announced that they're hiring. They said that they've already hired at least 50 senior positions. In the end, while Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market are getting something of a relief in the form of a minor rally, now it could be that this micro rally gets supported by a number of leveraged positions that got liquidated. Lets off some of that selling pressure. Now, there's also that confidence word again. Now, this minor bit of breathing room could be just enough confidence, could be just enough to give the bulls what they need to turn things around. If people are confident that the worst is over, that the crashes and the liquidations are over, if people are confident that's true, they'll hold. If people are confident that's true, they'll hodl. Now, will this rally hold? I don't know. I just hope we have the confidence needed to make that happen. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed tonight's show, like, comment, and subscribe. Give us a glowing review because that helps other people find their way to this podcast. Do you have questions or comments? Reach out and let us know. The email address is nick@cryptoovernighter.com. That's nick@cryptoovernighter.com. Or come find us on YouTube. Leave me a comment and maybe I'll read it into the next episode. You stay safe out there. Watch out for yourselves, but watch out for each other too. We'll see you tomorrow night.